Welcome to the Short Funk Podcast. I'm Tom Barbalet, and today, Shoot on Crowds. I recorded a bit of music in 2000 when I was living in the US. I didn't have a full recording setup. I really had very limited access to the kind of stuff that I'd used to make music previously, namely a keyboard. But I did sample a lot of audio through this period of time, and I'd sampled quite a bit of the Olympic coverage. The Olympics in 2000 were very surreal to me because I was in California, Sunnyvale, California, watching this coverage of the Olympics in Sydney, Australia. But really I found the commentators, to have American commentators look at Sydney and give analysis associated with Sydney was really very surreal to me. So I assembled a lot of sampled audio from that, which never went anywhere further, but Shoot on Crowds did continue on because it had a series of elements to it. Shoot on Crowds, the initial audio conversation is a conversation between my friend Alex Gurat-Brooks, who features in some of the previous tracks and also stayed with us for 3 weeks about this time last year. And it was a conversation associated with the militarism that had come with the Olympics, but in particular him talking about the militarism that was being enacted in Australia at the time. It's curious in that light. It also contains, the underlying sample is called What I Did for My Summer Holidays, which was one of the concluding tracks in Isle of the Apes. It was kind of a joke associated with, producing this CD. And it was a series of audio samples of me talking and also piano playing and some other bits and pieces, maybe some polymorphic sound that I just sampled down to a little loop that went underneath the conversation. I was very interested in the kind of dance music that was coming out at the time, kind of high BPM, relatively metallic dance music. And I also wanted an opportunity to use the piano sample from the Noble Ape March, which you've now heard, because that sample had been used by Aphex Twin and through, or at least allegedly been used by Aphex Twin, and through my interaction associated with that, I wanted to put the primary sample out once again and use it in a very particular way. And I've chosen the censored version of this because it's slightly more amusing, and I always find censorship in these circumstances a little bit amusing, which is why it's the censored version. Aside from this, I think I've given the full exploits. I would have liked to have more of the audio that I recorded in 2000 available. It was a combination of writing DVD-ROMs and just the kind of collection and deterioration of these DVD-ROMs. And the music was even more nihilistic than Mind Monkeys and Perfect Beats, which I always thought might have been a little bit offensive to a listening audience. Anyway, it's a long track, so I should probably let you guys listen. This is Shoot on Crowds.
Well, Johnny Howard has decided that it is okay for the army to shoot on crowds when they're protesting. Partially to do with the Olympics, partially to do with the World Trade Conference, which is going to be held in Melbourne. They should be a good fight have their own. And he's also banned human rights basically for the Aboriginal people. He doesn't want stuff. He doesn't want Australia's human rights records to be exposed to the world, particularly other countries like China. It's really ridiculous. This is the police state. Well, it's going to American values, as a reference to the dignity that this developed country was hard in America, and Liverpool haven't taken the example. So we're the country, taking this for example. The thing I like about media is the power it gives you to vote on the time. About the media, that's money.
So this is the conclusion to the David Rees requested interpolation, exploration. What would I have done differently associated with my audio creations from 1997 through to 2000? And it's interesting actually going back and doing some of this analysis because I'm very critical of this early music when I listen to it, but I'm also very heavily emotionally affected by it as well, which is a strange curiosity. When I reflect back at Tom in the Shed in 1997, just the raw emotion of this monkey trying to get off this island and the experiences and the nonsense and all the stuff that I was experiencing through that period of time, ultimately a deep kind of sense of alienation, I think is captured in this music. And because although I worked with a few musicians through this period of time, I really felt completely isolated in this recording. And now I would probably have been more experimental, perhaps more atonal, more, but at the time I was looking almost at returning to kind of simplification and simple samples, and all the stuff that I used to do DJing prior to digital recording was all very complicated and all very cognitive. And a lot of the stuff was about just discarding that and returning to a new, let's explore the depth of the samples, let's explore the depth of the piano, these kind of things. And that really defined this period of time. So it's not necessarily a body of music that I'm happy about in general terms. I mean, this kind of exploration of simplification was kind of curious. The polymorphic sound stuff, for me at least now, seems a bit overdone, but certainly it was kind of a genre that I had defined at the time. And, it is what it is. It needs to be put out and given a certain degree of respect, which is what I hope I'm trying to do through these short funk recordings. You're probably oversaturated by this stuff now. We will very swiftly move back to a regular short funk format. I just wanted to get this audio out now. Tom Barbalet in San Jose, signing out.